right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, AED744. So today, guys, we'll be doing our Asian Cup Match Day 3 review and also Round of 16 preview. Now, my guest should be joining very soon. I'm not sure when he's going to join. Hopefully, he will join us very soon. And yeah, like I said, guys, please remember to hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get started, man. So, like I said, guys, let's read some guys' comments. So Sebastian says, yo, Reddy and Dawn says, what was that Jordan performance? Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a brief moment. So we're going to just do like an overview of the group stage. We're not going to go through each individual games. I already did a video for that, so you guys can check that out. And yeah, we're going to go through each group. So let's go and do this, man. Sebastian says, yo, okay. So let me pull up the groups, guys. Let me pull up the groups. And sorry for the delay, guys. I originally thought this would end at 12:15, but obviously we did it a little later. So let me get the Asian Cup out. Let me just pull up the Wikipedia page. So group stage right here. All right, so let's start with Group A, guys. So Group A, guys, Qatar, man, they topped the group. They topped the group with all 9 points. Qatar, man, even though they topped the group, guys, I still think Qatar for me isn't that great. And I still feel like Qatar is a team that the group has been fairly easy for them. Like, let's keep it a stack. Like, I think if they're in a harder group, they wouldn't have been able to top this with this amount of ease, right? So my thing for Qatar is that bigger tests lie ahead. So yeah, like I said, man, that's what I'm thinking. So Qatar, congratulations to them. As for Tajikistan, man, I thought they deserve it. I thought they were great in the group stage, and for me, they were the second best team in this group. They were the team to score the second most amount of goals in this group, you know. And I just think Tajikistan, for me, they played a really good game against China. Very, very unlucky. Although, to be fair, you could also argue they were kind of lucky that goal didn't count. But then, obviously, they played a good game against Qatar. Only lost 1-0 to Qatar. And then, obviously, they played against Lebanon and won that game 2-1. Granted, I will say this, though, guys. I do feel like if Lebanon didn't get that red card, I do feel like Tajikistan may have not done it. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Tajikistan kind of got lucky in this? Because I feel like they got lucky and unlucky in this group. Like the red card, goal being disallowed, but then they also create a lot of chances. So, I feel like it goes both ways. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I just want to know what you guys think. So, yeah, and then as for China, man, very disappointing. China were abysmal in the group stage. Defensively, they were solid, but attacking-wise, they were abysmal. How do you not score a single goal in the group stage? That's just beyond embarrassing. So, very, very shocking from China. I expected more. And with that crazy population you have, there's really no excuses for China. Really, really no excuses. Lebanon, they finished with bottom with the group with 1 point. I thought they were decent, to be fair. I mean, they had a good game. See, Lebanon really didn't really have any good games, to be honest. They were good, I guess, against Tajikistan, I would say, for like the second half until they got the red card. They had an okay game against China. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this group was just very, very – the quality wasn't that great. So, FB7 Game says, Epic Times. Kubo187 says, hello. Red and Dawn says Tajikistan got lucky for that VAR and red card, probably. Yeah, I would say Tajikistan got somewhat lucky. They got somewhat lucky, you can argue. China has over 2.8 million people, and nobody could score. It's a disgrace. Yes, I agree with you, Sebastian. Like, how do you not score a single goal in the group stage? It's shocking. It's shocking. Even Lebanon could score a goal. And this country has never made the knockout stage, by the way. This country has never made the knockout stage. So shout out to Tajikistan. They made the knockout stage on the first ever Asian Cup, which is actually incredible. So that's an incredible achievement for them. I'm happy for them, man. And they fully deserve it. But yeah, man, for China, man, very, very disappointing. I expected more from them. They were not good on the day. And they should have done better. They should have done better, man. They should have done better. So it's very disappointing. Okay, let's just go ahead and move on to Group B, guys. We got here Australia. They topped the group. Australia, man, I don't know what to say with Australia, guys. Because this is a team that I feel like can do better, but at the same time, they're just being efficient. They just know how to grind out results. That's what Australia is. They just know how to get results. Because Australia are not going to play the best football. If you want to be entertained by Australia, that's not the team. They're not entertaining to watch. They're just effective when it comes to grinding out results. So for Australia, man, top of the group is 7 points. Like I said, bigger tests lie ahead. Obviously, I think the knockout stage is going to be where obviously they're going to have to perform better. But yeah, Uzbekistan for me were the second best team in this group. They were fantastic. They had a very kind of rough game against Syria, but then they bounced back with a huge win over India, and then they got a draw against Australia. They fought hard, came back from behind to get a draw. And for me, Australia that shouldn't have been a penalty. That penalty shouldn't have got that. I don't agree with that penalty decision whatsoever. Syria for me, I thought were defensively solid. These guys were really good defensively. Got a draw against Uzbekistan. Got put up a really valiant effort against Australia and won 1-0 against India. And India, man, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in India. I expected so much more from them. And they were so bad. So, like I said, man, that's just that in my opinion. So I just feel like for India, man, they were just so bad defense. They were so bad everything. Like, yes, they put a good defensive performance against Australia in the first half, but Australia weren't that great. But it's the Uzbekistan game that was so bad. I think the Uzbekistan game really destroyed India. And the preparation for India leading up to the Asian Cup was terrible. Having no friendlies, not being able to call up their best players due to injuries, the squad selection, the tactics. India was just so bad, guys. This really pains me to say this, but there's really an argument that can be made that India might be one of the worst teams in the Asian Cup. You know, because I'm thinking India, there is a genuine argument that can be made. There is a genuine argument that can be made, and it pains me to say it, but I mean, if we're being truthful, it's probably true. So, like I said, man, I just feel very disappointed with this. So let me read some of your guys' comments. All right. China has over 2.8 million people. Nobody could score. It's a disgrace. From what I know, Chinese football is not going to get better anytime soon. So rip. Moo says hello. Thank you for joining, Moo. Sebastian says just put only on the bench and she would score like China. Is it a disgrace? Wubotsi. Moo said Lebanon messed up with that tackle red card. Questionable performance by star player Wooly. Really needed him to show up if China wanted to do so much. Sebastian says Sabag, who plays for Alianza Lima, is a Syria national team. Ooh, that's actually a fun fact. I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know, Sebastian. Because I did remember people were saying that what is it called? Syria have some South American players, and that's actually pretty cool, man. So shout out to Sabag, man. Radiant Dawn says, I don't think Australia would deserve that penalty to be honest against Uzbekistan. Kaboni Sim said Hong Kong's more goals than India, China combined. Radiant Dawn says, IDK, what's up with India? Moose says India fans were delusional before the start of the tournament. Pookie says sup. Sebastian says Pookie. Radiant Dawn said wasn't Chetri and yeah, Chetri was in the squad. Every 7 games an epic Pookie mod. Kubo 180 cents says 80 cents they said Thailand's preparations was bad and they finished second with 0 goals conceded. Pookie said Chetri didn't show up when it matters. HKR says, do you think South Korea drew on purpose? We'll get to South Korea in a bit. Sebastian says 80 could I come on? I mean, there's no guarantee your friends coming. Let me actually just check real quick. Let's see Where is he? Where is he? Let me see. Okay, he's online right now, so I think he's going to join. I just saw him online on Instagram, so I think he's going to join now. After the Malaysia performance against Korea Republic, yeah, India is probably the worst. Pookie says, I know he's 39, but still below. Apparently, Klinsmann will smile after 3-3. Master Jones says, Heidi, watch Bahrain beat Japan. We'll get to that. We'll get to that, man. We'll get to that because I'll get to South Korea in a bit because those guys, man, I can't believe I predicted them to win the Asian Cup because these guys are, look, it's shocking. Absolutely shocking. I'm very disappointed in South Korea, man. Very, very disappointing. So, guys, hit those likes up, guys. Get those likes up, guys. I want to see us reach 10 likes on the stream, guys. Get those likes up, man. Get those likes up. Get those likes up, man. Get those likes up. We should be reaching at least 10 likes, guys. We have 11 people watching. We should be getting 10 likes. Simple as that. All right, moving on to Group C, guys. Iran were fantastic. They thoroughly deserved to top this group. I think Iran were so good. That being said, I still feel like for me with Iran, I feel like they could do better. And I think you know what's key for Iran? This is what I'm going to say this right now, guys. If Iran wants to win this tournament, Taremi and Azmoun have to come up clutch. Because without Taremi and Azmoun, I don't know where the goal's coming from. Because I'm sorry, I don't think John Bakash can deliver the goals. I don't think there are other players in the front three the attack can do it besides Taremi Azmoun. And I feel like Taremi Azmoun is going to have to come clutch. And guys, I think Iran could be a team to look out for. As for UAE, I'm not very. I don't really have a lot of good things to say with UAE. I thought they were decent, I guess, the group stage, but I kind of felt like they could have done better. Like, they got the win against Hong Kong, but it was kind of it was more like Hong Kong making stupid mistakes, you know. And then they got the draw against Palestine. Now we have to give credit to that context though, because United Arab Emirates did go down to 10 men, and obviously when you go down to 10 men, you're extremely defensive. But that performance against UAE, man, UAE against Iran was so terrible. I'm sorry, that was so bad. Iran should have won that game like 4 or 5-0, honestly. So for UAE, man, I'm not very impressed. As for Palestine, they were fantastic. I thought Palestine did a really good game. Besides the Iran game, they were great. They got a draw against UAE. They beat upon Hong Kong pretty badly. It's just they couldn't beat UAE, man. If Palestine had defeated UAE with a man advantage, Palestine would be such a good position. Such a good position. But yeah, man, shout out to Palestine, man, for making the Asian Cup knockout stage for the first time ever in their history. And of course, what is it called? They also won a game for the first time ever in the Asian Cup history. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. So as for Hong Kong, I thought they were decent. I thought Hong Kong was really decent in the tournament, but the issue with Hong Kong is just that they're just really bad defensively. That's my big criticism with Hong Kong, and that going forward, they also struggled. But because the thing is, like, when it comes to these kind of small teams, you need to be better defensively if you want to have a chance. Because if you can still advance with a terrible attack. We saw Namibia. They only advanced from the group stage with 1 goal, as we saw in the AFCON. But Namibia actually had a good defense. Hong Kong, on the other hand, doesn't have a good defense. So I think I let them down, man. So Hong Kong, man, they could have given a good account of themselves. I thought they were decent, but obviously, it was going to always be difficult for them. But you got to give credit. At least they scored 1 goal. And, you could make a solid argument they did better than China and India, which is pretty incredible to say. Let me read some of your guys' comments here. Watch Bahrain beat Japan. As an Iraqi, Moo says, I'm hyped. Zion says, Zioski, man. We'll get to Japan, man. We'll get to Japan. Australia won the group, but it was not easy. HR says, sadly, I think Iran's going to lose in the quarters. Matchday says, I'm actually more hyped for Asian Cup knockouts than with AFCON. Wow, that's very crazy to say, Mats. That's very interesting to say, Mats. Okay, so my friend said he's going to join around 15 minutes. So when he comes on, he'll give us brief thoughts. So in the meantime, I'll just quickly run through the groups, and then we can go over the knockout stage together, I suppose. That's actually interesting to hear, Mats. I actually kind of see where Mats is coming from. Like, the group stage was so good that the knockouts won't really deliver. Whereas Asian Cup group stage, we didn't really see that much craziness, but the knockouts could be. I can see where Mats is coming from, right? So, but we'll see, though. We'll see. That time will tell. Kuba 18 says, we got Philo Iraqi in the bus. Radiant Dawn says, IDK was more disappointed. The Korean backliner, the Japanese keeper. We'll get to them, man. We'll get to them. Don't worry. HKR said, John Bakker so average. Sebastian says, I'm not that convinced by UE these 3 games. Radiant Dawn says, their keeper is good. Radiant Dawn says against Palestine. Kuboni says that Hong Kong could have drawn Iran. I'm still not feeling that Iran's gonna win the Asian Cup. Radiant Dawn said Iran used their B team against HK. Hong Kong. Okay. Moo says Iran has a thing where they just crumble when they think a team is better. And when they think a team is worse, they turn bullies and score 4 and 5 in the UE game. After UE scored, they just pass it back. Yeah, that is true. Like, the thing is, like, the thing with Iran is that they're good against teams that they should beat, but when it comes time for teams that they're not expected to beat, more often than not, they lose. That's kind of like the thing with Iran. I see where you're coming from, Moo, and I actually agree with you. Like, basically, Iran is terrible against basically superior teams. Radio Dawn said Japan and South Korea are going to concede against Iran. They can't keep clean sheets against the likes of Indonesia, Malaysia. Sebastian says Hong Kong was not that horrible. Moo says they don't have that fighting spirit. HR says Iran going to play Japan or Bahrain in the quarters. I think Japan's weaker right now. If Indonesia, Vietnam can score against Japan, Iran can too. Sebastian says Palestine W. I mean, Iraq has the fighting spirit. Iran had fighting spirit in 2018 World Cup. The 2020 6-2 loss was because of politics. Hong Kong probably is a better attack than China main team. Apuku says, I'll be back soon. All right. So, guys, hit those likes, man. Get those likes up, man. Get those likes up. We're at 6 likes, guys. Can we get up to 10 likes, man? 10 likes is today's like target, guys. Hit those likes up, man. 7 likes, man. Let's go. Hit those likes up, man. Get those likes up, man. Get those likes up. So, let me actually put a message in the chat. I should have done this a bit earlier, but whatever. I'm going to do this now. Like and subscribe, man, for the daily Asian Cup coverage on this channel, guys. This is the place for all your Asian Cup coverage, guys. All the Asian Cup coverage. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to Group D, guys. Iraq, man. Shout out to Iraq. They did amazing in this group. When many people did the predictions, many of us put Iraq second place. I hardly saw anyone put Iraq first. I don't even know if Iraqis even believed they would get top of this group. Okay, there might have been some, but I think majority of people expected Japan to top. So shout out to Iraq. They went perfect, 3 out of 3. And I believe they're one of the few teams that went perfect in the group stage. I think them. Which other teams went perfect? I think Iraq went perfect. I think, let's see, is that it? I think that might be it, guys. That might be it, guys. Iran and Iraq are the only 2 teams that went perfect in the group stage. Correct me in the chat below if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's sorry, Qatar. Qatar went perfect. So Qatar, Iran, Iraq. Every other team draw points. Yeah. So Iraq, man, and that main guy we have to talk about is Amin Hussein. This striker is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. He scored a brace against Japan, and this Hussein guy is just unbelievable. Iraq is just such a well-organized team. And you know what I really like about this Iraq team? They have so much spirit. They have so much fighting courage in this team. You can see how much they want it, and you can see how much they celebrated after beating Japan in that fashion and that kind of manner, and how it meant to the players. Like, how it was so crazy for them to do so because they didn't expect it, man. They didn't expect it. As for Japan, man, they did good in the group stage, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. Japan looked very uninspiring. I'm not really impressed with Japan. This is something I didn't even think I would be saying because, yes, they got through the group. Yes, they got through in second place, but they weren't really convincing. Yeah, they had that win against Vietnam, but Vietnam, they struggled against Vietnam. And then against Indonesia, while they didn't really struggle necessarily, they struggled to score goals, right? So my thing with Japan is that, are they just doing this on purpose and then raising their level in the knockout stage? Because that's what I'm thinking. I think in Japan is just getting through the group stage, and then once they come to the knockout stage, they're going to come alive. So I just think for Japan, man, they're gonna have to do better because this kind of way going through the group stage isn't going to be enough to win the tournament. And I'm sorry, guys, Suzaki has to be benched. Suzaki cannot be the Japanese goalkeeper. If Japan has a goalkeeper in the knockout stage, Japan is guaranteed to concede a goal. There is no way Suzaki can be clean sheet in this tournament. I'm saying this right now, guys. And I think for Japan, it's going to be interesting. As for Indonesia, shout out to Indonesia. They actually advanced from a group that I think nobody had them to advance. I think nobody had Indonesia to advance from this group. And shout out to them. I was very, very impressed with Indonesia. They put up a really good display against Iraq. I thought they put up a great game. It's just that Iraq were just better on the day. And then you have to give credit to Vietnam. That Vietnam performance was fantastic. And then they scored against Japan, man. And that's one player we have to talk about from Indonesia as Marcelino. This guy is a baller, guys. Look out for Marcelino, guys. This guy is unbelievable. Marcelino is unbelievable. Look out for him, guys. He might be the next big thing from Asia, guys. I hope he makes a big move in Europe. I hope he makes a big move in Europe, and I think this guy could be a baller. As for Vietnam, should we be surprised? They coming into this tournament, they had a depleted team, a lot of injuries. The squad preparation wasn't that great, and it was a very difficult group, guys. Now, granted, I do think Vietnam could have done better, but I still think that Vietnam, for me, they didn't do as bad as I thought they would be. You know, they conceded 8 goals. They scored 4 goals. They scored 4 goals, conceded 8, and while they didn't get any points, they at least showed some signs that hey, we can actually do something. So shout out to Vietnam, man. Very disappointing for them. I feel really bad for my friend Maxwell. I'm not really friends with him, but I know that guy. I watch his channel. So yeah, I think for Vietnam, man, they're gonna have it's a tough road for them. But like I said, man, hopefully things get better for them, and hopefully the injury situation gets better. But yeah, for Vietnam, man, kind of disappointing. You can make the argument. All right, let's go ahead and read some of your guys' comments. I might not read all the comments just for time's sake because I want to keep this around an hour long. So let me just see. Who's that Hussein guy from Iraq? I'm me. I'm in the same 5 goals low, like Nusay and Afghan. Better than Mohamed Al-Need this tournament. Yeah, Mohamed Al-Need is also a really important player for Iraq. I'm in the same place for Iraq. Klabi Al-Qua, he's a top goal scorer Iraqi league currently. Ooh, interesting. Dwayne says, Ahmed Hussein, the majestic head is almost got ruined by Al Jazeera. Some players are just tournament players. We don't hear about them club and spawn national games. That's why I love international football so much, HQ. Because we see these kind of players that we didn't hear about before this tournament. Like, I can almost guarantee right now, if this Asian Cup never took place, if Indonesia didn't qualify, we would never heard about Marcelino. Marcelino we'd never heard of. You know, and that's why I love about the international tournaments is that it's great opportunity for the players that play in like these clubs that are not like very famous to make a statement. You know, look at the last World Cup. Amrabat was like the big talk of the world, big talk, and he was playing in Fiorentina. Nobody knew. Most of us didn't know Amrabat before the World Cup. Once Amrabat started playing for Morocco, having the same performance, everyone wanted to sign him for their clubs. You know, this kind of thing, man. That's what I love about this tournament is that you could see the players that are ballers from clubs. From teams you probably never heard of. Big Star Club is not that great, you know. That's what I love about this tournament, man. I love that, you know, it was fantastic, man. So, yeah. Moose says, Al Jassim and Yusuf Amin, when they came on from the bench in the Vietnam game, they changed the game. Al Jassim, when he isn't being salvaged, can create a beautiful chance to make the offense fluid. HQR said, Taremi should stop heading against Syria. HQR, man, let me just tell you this right now. Syria is going to give a good game against Iran. Now, obviously, Iran is the heavy favorites. We'll get to the round 16 in a bit, but Syria is going to give a good account. Like it's not going to be like Iran's not going to destroy them like 6 or 7. Like at best, I'll probably say 3 at best. But who knows? Maybe Syria could have a bad day in the office, you know. And shout out to Syria, by the way. They made the first round of 16 ever in their history, and I believe Indonesia also did as well. So shout out to Indonesia and Syria. Now Syria is defensively good. Right, and John says, Mashal says, the problem with benching Suzaki is that the other 2 goalkeepers have 1 cap between them. I understand that, Mats, but here's the thing, though. I would take the risk. I would genuinely take the risk because Suzaki, for me, just hasn't shown it, you know? And I just feel like, for me, if Suzaki's just like going to be a liability, man. I'm sorry, he's a liability. So, okay, maybe Japan should try the other goalkeeper out against Bahrain. And if he does really, really bad, then obviously could bring Suzaki. But at least give the other goalkeeper a chance in the knockout stage, you know? I would say, you know? And if you're going to do it, give in the round of 16. Because let's be real, Japan are heavy favorites against Bahrain. So, Radiant Dawn says, although Osman Taremi combo looking like the best combo this Asian Cup. Yeah, exactly. Like, for me, that is the best partnership. That's why I say for Iran, they have to hope those 2 guys perform because I just think for me, besides those 2, I don't think Iran is clinical enough. The other players, I just don't think are good enough. HCR said Vietnam 2019 were so much better. They got to the quarters. Yeah, that's true, man. Got to the quarterfinals, man. Rennie Jones says Dan Bank injury killed Vietnam. Yeah, he was one of the most important players. Moo said Osman needs 1 more goal to break the 50-goal tie with Bagari and become alone in 2nd place at Iranian all-time goal scorer list. Wow. Interesting, man. Interesting. That's great to know, man. Great to know. So it's more likely that Japan wanted to preserve energy rather than underperform. That's probably true, Matt. HKR says Taremi Azuma should start together against Japan. I mean, obviously, they're going to start together against Japan. That's obvious. I don't think Sasaki can see like that was preserving energy. I do want to see him from under 20 World Cup. And if our under 20 manager didn't choose his son in a game, aka Neptune, we could have reached fantasy team there. Really? Can Japan please start Sasaki as Iran? Of the nepotism only exists in China in terms of football. Nah, man, nepotism is a common thing in football, guys. Just ask Ghana, man. Just ask why the Ayu brothers are still starting. Kuba AG says, I knew about him from the Aslota. He was one of our prospects, then left when he didn't get paid. Sebastian says, who's this Marcelino guy? Yeah, like this guy's a baller, man. This guy's a baller, man. Fantastic player. Can't not be paying players. Luasra Alzora, Zari. Kuba said, neither did I. I'm telling you, serious beating India. Kuba says we cannot be friends. Kuba said we cannot be friends. Why didn't the World Cup goalkeeper for Japan get picked? I think he was injured. Kubo. Now he ran to win the Asia Cup, getting through quarters. Who? Retired Kubo after the World Cup. Oh, he retired. Wow, I did not know this. I thought he was injured. Well, thanks for letting me know. Actually, interesting. So there could be a harder opponent to try the one cap goalkeeper. Musa says, against. Sebastian, why are you talking? Cool. I don't care how Iraq team got so good. That stuff happens. William brothers. Well, I don't want to discuss Barca, man. Forget those guys, man. Forget those guys. We're gonna discuss about. Let's get back on topic. But yeah. So, anyways, let's go back to Group E, guys. Group E, man. Bahrain, man. Wow. Bahrain is one of those teams that are very, very stubborn. They're a difficult team to beat. They're solid defensively. And this is a team that could potentially maybe go far. But here's the thing for Bahrain, though. They're playing Japan. That's probably the worst matchup they could have got. See, if Bahrain had played, like, if you maybe give them Iraq, Indonesia, they have a chance. I mean, Bahrain can beat Japan. I'm not saying they can't, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for Bahrain because they're going to be the heavy underdogs in that game. I don't think there's any denying that. But, for Bahrain, man, I still feel like Bahrain is not as good as they used to be. Like we saw in the group stage where they didn't look that good. They looked kind of underwhelming against Malaysia. And yeah, they got the win, but it was kind of a shaky win, Then South Korea, man. Now, there's this theory that's going around, guys. I don't know if this is true, but let me just say this right now, guys. There's this theory that South Korea intentionally threw the game against Malaysia so they wouldn't top this group and that they didn't have to play against Japan. Now, let me just say this right now. If that is true, that is incredibly, incredibly shameful. Incredibly. Now, I don't know if that's just true, though. I don't know if this is true. So I'm just saying there's a potential rumor. So if that is the case, that is incredibly embarrassing. That is incredibly embarrassing. That is true. Okay. But yes, whatever the case is, guys, there is no mistaking in that this South Korea team looks very, very, it looks very underwhelming. Because let's keep it a stat, guys. Son, he's only been scoring penalties. He hasn't scored a goal from open play. Lee Kang-in only had really one good game against Bahrain. So I think for South Korea, man, defensively they're looking bad. I defensively these guys are looking so bad. Jurgen Klinsmann needs to get his tactics right because for me this 4-4-2 just isn't working. He needs to try something different, And I just think for South Korea, man, these guys aren't clinical enough too. They don't score enough goals. They don't score enough goals either. That's another problem with South Korea. Like they're wasteful in the final third. So I think for South Korea, man, they have to improve significantly if they want to win this tournament. And shout out to Jordan, man. Jordan was fantastic. What's actually crazy, guys? This might surprise you guys, but I actually think Jordan played the best football in this group, and they should have actually got first. In my opinion, Jordan was the best team in this group. Hands down. If you look at all three games, I think Jordan played the best football. They destroyed Malaysia 4-0. They got a draw against South Korea. Then they lost against Bahrain. So I think for Jordan in particular, they played well. But like for Jordan, man, they just Bahrain is just one of those teams that if you concede against them, you're in big trouble because it's hard to get back against Bahrain. It's really hard to get back against Bahrain. So Jordan, man, shout out to them. They did great in this group, and there was a lot of the preparation wasn't really that. They did well, man. They did well in this group. Okay, so we got my friend. My friend finally joined. Let me get my headphones. Where's my headphones? Right here.
Yeah,
Hello.
sorry for being late.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Right.
sorry for being late.
Yeah, we're just getting through Group B, so I'll let you speak after I finish this group. I'll just speak about the groups A to D real quick. So yeah, man, Jordan, I thought they did great in this great in the script. They did really well, and yeah, I just think for Jordan, man, it's like whenever you play against Bahrain, they're just difficult to score against because Bahrain is so solid defensively. Like they don't concede a lot of goals.
And I think South Korea were really disappointing.
Yeah, and then Malaysia, man, they did well in this group, man. They did well in this group, even though. Yeah, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, they finished bottom, so why are you praising them so much?" Well, you got to give context, man. Context is key.
The draw against South Korea is insane.
Yeah, and remember, they only lost to Bahrain 1-0. The only bad game was against Jordan. That was a really bad game, and that actually kind of destroyed their hopes of qualification because if they didn't get destroyed in that game, they could have maybe had a chance to qualify. So Malaysia, man, the thing with this team is that they play good. They're a high-scoring team, and they also are a team that also concedes a lot of goals. So they're a very topsy-turvy team. All right, so I'm going to read your guys' comments. So give me your quick thoughts on groups A to D real quick. Actually, yeah, start with group A.
Or like me?
Yeah.
Yeah, China was pretty disappointing. I mean, as a China fan, that would have been so boring. Like 2-0 games and then 1-0 loss. That would have been so boring. But yeah, I think China was disappointing. Qatar, I think this group went how it was expected to be honest. But yeah, I mean, fair play to it. Tajikistan, first time they played in an Asia Cup, I believe, and they went through.
Yeah, and they, I really like Tajikistan because they're trying to play possession-based football and they're playing good football. It's just that they're just not clinical in the final third. That's my big criticism.
Yeah, but going into like making your debut in a competition and trying to play good football, it shows ambition.
Yeah, because generally when they come these underdogs, I'm sorry to say this, you have to play bad. You have to play negative football. You have to play defensive football.
Wait, hold on, am I reading that right? China versus Tajikistan, attendance 4,000. 4,000 when China have a population of 1.4 billion.
Oh man. At Lebanon, man, they were bad, man. They were so bad. I was disappointed with them. And to be fair, I do think, sorry. Yeah, they're so bad, man, when it comes to scoring.
I mean, yeah, they're not. I mean, even we beat them. They're not a good team.
Yeah. And it's really great. Now, as much as we gave credit to Tajikistan, they also kind of got lucky because that goal against China, that should have been a goal, in my opinion. That China goal should have stood. And then the red card against Lebanon. So, it's like they got some luck, but I also felt like they were kind of unlucky because they could have scored some goals. So, I guess it works out. Yeah, fine margins. You probably don't want to talk about this.
I mean, against Australia, I was satisfied because we did pretty well in that game defensively. We got outclassed, but we gave a decent performance, decent outing. Against Uzbekistan, that was pretty disappointing because, I mean, the scoreline isn't that bad because, of course, Uzbekistan are a very good team, but the goals we conceded were pretty bad. I mean, all of them were down to individual mistakes. And the Syria was the most disappointing results because, listen, Australia and Uzbekistan, I mean, I think you would agree with me with saying that Uzbekistan, they're essentially a part one team. Like they're that good. Like they're a pretty good team. So like losing to Uzbekistan and Australia, that's fine. But how do you lose against Syria? I don't understand that. And this is a country which is right now, of course, I don't want to bring politics into it, but it is a fact that they're literally going through a lot in terms of war and stuff right now. And still losing but we're still losing to them. We couldn't even score one goal. Like honestly, like I'm in a Discord server with Indian fans. Towards the end of the Syria game, it was just like just one goal. We were begging our team to let's score one goal in this competition, which is an absolute disgrace because I mean it's like look at, of course I know these teams are coming, but Indonesia, look at Indonesia, look at Malaysia. These are lower ranked than India, but they can go home from this Asian Cup being satisfied. So it just feels like, yeah, I mean Uzbekistan, like Australia, and even to some extent Uzbekistan, the results are acceptable, but against Syria, that's just the worst, like absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, and I know people are gonna tell me, "Oh, look, it was only a 1-0 loss. Why are you getting mad? Why are you getting sad?" I'm sorry, Syria is not really that amazing. This is a team that just qualified for the knockouts for the first time in their history. So, and as we can see, they have a hard time scoring goals. You know, so it's just really disappointing. And I saw the goal that you guys conceded. It was so terrible defending for that goal.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
just
so, yeah. But yeah, I mean, and I know Syria has performed well. Obviously, we saw in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers they gave a really good account, and they were very close to qualifying for the World Cup. But since then, these guys have regressed. These guys
I
have
do.
regressed.
I mean, I do think that we were a bit unlucky with the group because I do feel like
Yeah.
out of all the part four teams, I think we probably got the toughest group. But still, man, no excuses against Syria. No excuses.
Yeah. Like I feel like Syria was beatable. Like that was your best chance to get something like the other two. Like let's be real, it was going to be difficult. But this one, man, and also one of their best players didn't even get picked for the Asian Cup, and he retired. So like,
same with Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, their main striker didn't. Well, he didn't retire, but he got injured, so he can't even play. But yeah. All right, Group C, man.
Yeah, I mean, of course, very happy for Palestine, of course, because that country is going through a lot right now. So fair play to them. Hong Kong, I mean, I'm not really surprised. I mean, they actually had the exact same as a 0 points minus 6 goal difference. But yeah, I mean, what did you expect? I mean, they're the lowest ranked, but I mean, they at least scored a goal, so they can at least go with that. But yeah, yeah, I think Iran were pretty impressive. Of course, Iran are like they're not the favorites, but they're one of the favorites. But I mean, still pretty impressive. Iran, normally they aren't really a team which scores that many goals, but that was different this time. So yeah, fair play to them.
Yeah, so shout out to Iran. As for UE, kind of unconvincing, me honest. I wasn't really impressed with UE.
They got through. That's what matters.
Yeah, I know, but like I kind of expected more from them, and I'm surprised Ali Mahmoud didn't really play much in the group stage, which was surprising. I forgot to mention that earlier. We were talking about it. Group D, man.
Man, Japan, what the hell happened to Japan? And wait, what? I didn't know that. Indonesia, they went through.
Yeah, they went through because of Oman. We're going to get to Oman in a bit because Oman screwed up.
There is no excuse then. There is literally no excuse. My God. Man. If Indonesia can go through, how the hell can... Okay, this is looking bad. But yeah, in this group, fair play to Iraq, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure I think in the middle of the Asian Cup, I think you were complaining about there being a lack of upsets. Well, I think the coaches or something from the Asian teams heard you because, like, oh my God, Iraq beating Japan is one of the biggest. It's the biggest upset of this tournament. The fact that Japan, I mean, even against Indonesia, they struggled. Like, it wasn't a very convincing win. Like they needed a penalty to open the scoring, and Indonesia still got a goal. And like, fair play to Indonesia, man. I think they had the most impressive out in this group. They were the most impressive because being like a pot 4 team, even scoring 1 goal against Japan, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. Japan, man, as I said, I'm sorry, Suzaki cannot start. That goalkeeper is so bad. I'm sorry, that goalkeeper is bad.
But do you think that like the Japan manager will have the guts to change the keeper in between?
Probably not, because I think Moriyasu is a loyal guy. I think he doesn't. I don't think he will make this. He just seems too nice. I don't know. I mean, I can't really tell, but just judging from how Japanese people are in general, they're generally really nice people. They're very, very nice. So I don't think. I'm assuming Moriyasu is like that.
So, probably.
Yeah. And as for Indonesia, they did really well. And this Marcelino guy, this guy's a baller, man. I hope he makes a big move in Europe. I really want to see this guy because this guy was fantastic. For
He
me,
plays.
very young
wait,
player, 19 years old.
Which club is that? Like which country?
He plays for a Challenger Pro League club.
Yeah, but like
Nice.
but which country is that?
I don't know where the didn't. I think it's probably a local club, probably. If I had to
And
guess.
it's very unlikely because normally with Asian players, if you want to go abroad, you have to first play for a big Asian club and then you can go abroad.
Oh no, sorry. It's actually a it's a Belgium First Division B, and it's a third division of Belgium, I think.
Also, one thing I would like to point out, which I forgot to mention, Malaysia, they did have, I'm pretty sure you know this as well, they have like 5 or 6 players who are like, they're not completely Malaysian. Like one of them is half Brazilian, another one of them is half Colombian. So
also like dual nationals.
Yeah, dual nationals. So, and there was talks before the tournament, the AIFF, which is the Indian Football Federation, allowing dual citizenship players to come in. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what will happen with that, but what I will say is that I do think things will get much better if we do get dual citizenship because, I mean, Malaysia, they did really well, but I don't think they would have done as well without the dual citizenship players.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, like, I just think that for what is it called, Marcelino, I really want to see him in the top division. Like, I want to see him in La Liga. I want to see him in Premier League. You know, those kind of top leagues. That'd be amazing.
That's a big stretch though, from third division Belgian league to.
No, I mean, I know he'll progress. I mean, I want to see it one day. You know, I'm not meaning now, obviously. Yeah, but I have a feeling that one of the second division clubs, or maybe one of the first division clubs, might be interested in signing him after this tournament. Might be. Maybe like the lower ranked teams, not like the big clubs, though. You know, not like Barca, Real Madrid, of course. But I'm thinking like, you know, I'm thinking about like Crystal Palace, those kind of teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Vietnam, very disappointing, of course. But we got to keep in mind, Vietnam had an injury crisis leading up to the Asian Cup, and even still, they still would give a good account of themselves in this group, even with the injury players.
I mean, they were 2-0 up against Japan.
Yeah, 2-1 up actually. But yeah,
2-1.
Okay, Group E. So, yeah, I think we were just getting to this group. I just wrapped it. So, what's your thoughts on the Group E, man?
Yeah, I mean, South Korea were pretty disappointing again. Of course, you know, I think you want South Korea to win. I want Thailand to win, but that probably won't happen. But next, I probably want South Korea to win because I do think Son, he needs a trophy. He needs especially an Asian trophy to cement his legacy as Asia's greatest footballer. But it's tough because, coming second, South Korea were pretty lackluster as well. From Son himself, I don't think he's been that good throughout the tournament. I think he scored 2 penalties, that's it. So, yeah, pretty disappointing for South Korea, especially considering they have players like Kim Jae, Son, and Lee Kang-in.
Now, here's the thing, though. People don't talk about this. In tournaments, it's about building up. It's not really about playing well. It's about winning, you know? And at the end of the day, we have seen teams before that do terrible in the group stage and still somehow to win this. I remember Argentina lost the first game against Saudi Arabia. We all thought they were not going to win the World Cup after that.
South Korea throughout this tournament, they've looked a bit lackluster.
So we'll see, man. Maybe South Korea will raise their level in the knockout stage. But one thing I have to say, man, defensively, these guys are horrendous. I'm sorry, defensively, they're looking bad.
Really, it's surprising. They have the best defender in Asia, one of the best defenders in the world.
You know, wow, that's actually crazy. They conceded more goals than Jordan and Bahrain.
Wait, how many goals did they concede?
6.
We conceded 6.
No. That's wild. That's wild. So you're telling me that's me, man. You're telling me that India and South Korea's defense is the same level. No. My God. But yeah, I mean, and then there's some people that are saying this in the chat, and I've heard some people say this. Did South Korea intentionally get that draw against Malaysia so they wouldn't have to play against Japan?
That's right. That's right. No, but I don't think. I mean, people like to bring up conspiracies like that, but it's very unlikely because, like, 99.9% of the time in football, you just go for the win. That just like it's very rare that you intentionally lose again. Very rare.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we were just joking around. Like, I mean, we were just saying the fact that India and South Korea have conceded the same amount of goals. That's technically normal.
Come on. I mean, like, I'm not saying we're on their level, but the fact that's an embarrassing stat for South Korea.
Yeah, so South Korea, man, Jurgen Klinsmann, man, and you got to do you can't do the 4-4-2. You can't do the 4-4-2 to be fair. You can't do the 4-4-2. You have to do the 4-2-3.
4-4-2.
Yeah, 4-4-2. And that Cho guy is bad. I'm sorry, that Cho guy is awful. That Cho guy is terrible at striker.
Which position?
He plays a striker next to Son. So yeah,
But
Wong Chan I think is fully fit now, so I think he will be
weird
starting.
though. They used a 4-3-3 in the World Cup, right?
I think so. Oh, they had a different manager though, Paulo Bento. Now they have Jurgen Klinsmann. Yeah, Jurgen Klinsmann, man. There's a lot of criticism. You didn't do good with the United States, so this is your chance to redeem the people. And this is bad, man. Finishing below Bahrain is not good enough, man. I'll only forgive that if you win the cup. If you win the tournament, that's fine.
But man, these attendances are surprising me. Like South Korea versus Bahrain, only 8,000 people. These attendances are surprising.
Yeah. Let's quickly talk about Bahrain and Jordan real quick.
I mean, Jordan, I think they were pretty good considering the group.
Yeah. And see, Bahrain is a weird team. Is that this is a team that weren't even really that great. You know what's funny? They topped the group on the final match day after being in third place, I think, for after match day 2, I believe. Yeah. So that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing I realized with Bahrain is that they're so good defensively. That's what makes them so tough to beat.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Moving on to Group F, the final group here. Kyrgyzstan, man, I'm very disappointed. Kyrgyzstan. I expected so much more from this team. And they did so bad. The goalkeeper making errors. It was horrendous from Kyrgyzstan. I'm like all around terrible. At least they ended on the high, I suppose, getting a draw against Oman. And Oman, man, very disappointing, man. Very, very disappointing Oman. I expected more from Oman. Because they put up really good, encouraging signs against Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And then they lost in like the last few minutes, and you could say it was controversial in some ways, but I think it was onside. I don't think it was controversial. But yeah, they couldn't follow it up, man. And Thailand, man, shout out to Thailand, man, because Thailand's preparation for this tournament was terrible. I think they didn't even have any. I think they had only one friendly before the tournament, and I think it was against Japan. Let me actually fact check this. And their preparation was really bad, but they still managed to come through in second place and not even concede a single goal.
I mean, I would say I think they've probably been the most impressive in this tournament so far because, I mean, this is a team which lost to India in the last edition of the Asian Cup, and now they're managing to get draws against Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. So, and I just checked, guys. They only played one friendly before the tournament, and that was against Japan. Like, that's insane. And for Saudi Arabia, man, I'm very disappointed with Saudi. I don't know. This Saudi team looks very weird. It looks very different, and it feels like the Saudi team is completely different to the one that's there in the World Cup. Now, I did hear some rumors. I did hear some people say that because the Saudi players, because of how big that win was against Argentina, they celebrated so much that they got too carried away, and because of that, they were dropped.
I mean, that is pretty true. I mean, after they beat Argentina, the president of Saudi Arabia gave each of them a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, like they got too spoiled, too carried away. And I think that might be the reason why Saudi Arabia kind of didn't do well in the next two games, because they just got they were too carried away. They got too too excited,
Yeah.
So, yeah, they still top the group, but I don't know, man. I'm not convinced with Saudi. Al Dassari's not looking great.
It was pretty scrappy.
Yeah, very scrappy. All right, let's read some of your guys' comments. I know you guys have been waiting for me to read the comments, and here we are. We're going to finally read comments. I just wanted to hear from him because he got here. So where are we? Which comment were we at? I got a lot of comments to read, so maybe I'll just scroll through and not read every single one. Yeah. Let's see. Where are we? I'm trying to find where. Okay, I think right here. I think I read this. Jordan. I'm from China. Honestly, I'll be really happy if our guys play like Iraq low. Let's see. Yeah, China were disappointing. Kang Lee, of course, carries South Korea. Come on, Sebastian, that's harsh. And honestly, how can you say Kang Lee carries South Korea? He only showed up one game. Respect Son, man. You guys have young talent. Then. What the heck? How is South Korea bottle this? Maybe Klinsmann isn't that guy. Oh, we'll see. We'll see, Matt. We'll see. But yeah, Klinsmann, man, defensively, you got to do better with this team. You can't play 4-4-2. Radiant John says Zidane Iqbal was one of them, right? He's one of the Iraq players. You know what's crazy? Iraq didn't even use them, and they still beat Japan. He's like one of the most famous. He's like one of the most famous young prospects.
He is the famous. He is the most famous.
Yeah. Especially if Bahrain got lucky. Radiant Dawn said, no, Jordan was match fixing probably. So you're telling me Jordan intentionally lost?
That's very questionable.
Kubanian says Radiant Dawn, yes. South Korea's players clapped the Malaysian fans behind the goal. Especially say Clint was a bum. Now, South Korea looked like they were trying. Malaysia actually got some good shots in, but it's possible. I'm happy Iraq didn't get Bahrain. They've been our bogey team for the last few years. They beat us the last West Asian tournaments finals. We haven't been able to beat them for 5 years. Dang, that's actually really sad. T-Rex Enthusiast says hello. Thank you for joining. If it was true, why would Son try to score the penalty? I guess that's a good point. I mean, if South Korea were intentionally trying to lose, trying to not win, then Son would purposely miss the penalty, right? So, shameless for South Korea. They did not want 7-1. Kang Yi Lee carries this team. Not really. Japan's not looking good either right now. South Korea shouldn't be afraid. Well, South Korea is playing against Saudi Arabia, not Japan.
Oh, damn. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, Radiant Dawn's okay. Jordan's other team, Iraq, has played the most on the other hand, and a record against them is 28 wins, 11 draws, 7 losses. The last 5 games, 3 wins, 2 draws. Korea drew on purpose, HKR says. Don't remind me 2019 Gold Cup. I remember the member stream you were on. Mike blamed USA not qualified for 2018 on Jürgen Klinsmann. I don't think that's really Jürgen Klinsmann's fault. I think it was more on the players' fault. I still believe the players they were bad. But maybe there's an argument to be made for Jürgen Klinsmann. But I still think we should have brought Bruce Arena because that guy was awful coach. He was getting so arrogant, anyways. I'm gonna get on a tangent by going that route, so I'm not gonna mention too much of that. We're beating Jordan for Adnan Hamid. No, Korea did not draw on purpose. Top in a group with 0 goal difference. Oh my God, you're right. 0 goal difference is crazy.
Why?
By the way, Jordan definitely threw the Bahrain game. They played a rotated squad, took out the remaining starters while losing 1-0. Not sure why South Korea threw it, though. That might be actually true, though. That might actually be true, Musa, because I did see that. I was looking at this foot mob. Al Tarami didn't even play a single minute against Bahrain. Like, why would Jordan do that? Oh, actually, now I understand because they didn't want to play against Japan. See, that's the thing. That's kind of messed up, man. The winner has to play Japan just after topping this group.
Yeah.
Jordan never had a single shot on target. The Bahrain players look good, played good football against Jordan. The backward passes, only 2s were crazy. Radio Sykes said like top header. Yes, we need to avenge Adnan Hamid. For those that don't know, former Jordan manager, former Iraq national team player manager. Hamid made Jordan good, not the random Morocco manager. China reached quarters of 2019. Yeah, that's true. China People's Republic manager Yankovic probably not going to have a job soon. South Korea doesn't want to win because to avoid playing Japan. Round of 16. Mustafa Albertson says. HR says, explain more from Lebanon. Musa Adnan Hamid and Jordan have a toxic relationship, and we better fire him so we can play. Okay, 3 times. Not really. No one really here believe in our team anymore. China. I don't think South Korea's scared of Japan. They look like they're trying. With 1.5 billion people, India started 39-year-old striker. Hey, respect Chetri, man. He is he's one of the best Indian players.
Yeah, and 4th highest goal scorer of all time internationally.
And the thing is, like, you can't really blame Chetri. Like I said, I only blame strikers when they're not converting their chances. When there's no chances created, you can't blame the striker. That's how at least I feel. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
I mean, yeah, but like I think I would even say even for his standards, they didn't have a good tournament, but like he can't. It feels like everyone's, especially the Indian fans, it feels like they're expecting him to still carry us, but he can't. Like he's 39. There's just, like he can only carry us for so long.
Yeah. HR says, who couldn't play in the game, MLS? Let's speak. Hey, respect Chetri, man. Respect MLS. India somehow did worse than China this tournament. Yeah, that's actually sad, man. I was just saying that earlier in the stream that India might be the worst team in the Asian Cup.
Yeah, we are, because Hong Kong really scored a goal.
I didn't want to do that, but if we're being truthful, it's probably true.
Yeah.
India need the vibes of Chetri. India and China both did better in 2019. Yeah, that's true. I think that's true. That's a good point.
Right, no, but we had
Chetri certainly did not perform in this Asian Cup. That's true. Syria had been second tier AFC nation for a while. It'd only been recently when they've been struggling. That's true. Radian said China has no youth talent anymore, so not a great path ahead. Radian's also said India should have probably drawn Syria, to be honest.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, draw. Do you think football in general has more potential for shock results? Like so many shocks at World Cup, South Korea, AFCON. I think the thing is with football is that you're seeing that the players are kind of there's not like many elite players compared to the past. You know, when you have an elite player, it would just carry your team, right? But now we're seeing that players are just not at that level anymore. You know,
It's actually
and
true.
because,
Yeah. It's like back in the day, like in the previous AFCONs, used to have like for Cameroon, they would have no one. They would only have Eto'o. Ivory Coast would only have Drogba. Nigeria would only have a Kocha.
yeah, so because there's no legendary players in those kind of caliber, that's why underdogs are performing well. Because at the end of the day, football is a team sport. You know, underdogs play well as a collective unit. You know, so yeah. I think we're going to see more shock results. Syria player Omar Al-Smil is coming back. Ooh, that's awesome. I would say third tier Matt's channel, but India's fourth or fifth tier. I think fourth is a bit harsh. Maybe I would say third. Puka says back. Yeah, India football needs total restructuring. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention this. The federation needs to improve. The preparation for India in this Asian Cup was abysmal.
It was absolutely like I think 1 or 2 weeks before the tournament, our league was going on. We had 0 friendlies. We were scheduled to play China, but it got cancelled. And I think our manager as well mentioned in a press conference after a loss to Syria that how can you expect India to do well in an Asian Cup, but not even the under 18s, not even the under 23s are qualifying for the Asian Cup. And like this, like look at Uzbekistan. Look at how well they're playing right now. But it's not even there's only the senior team. Their youth team won the AFC Asian Cup. Like people just only think about the senior teams. This also happened in Japan. This is how Japan did well. They first start focusing on the youth teams. Once the youth teams start doing well, and then they focused on the senior teams.
Yeah, get those likes up, man. We're at 8 likes, man. Come on, we just need 2 more likes, man, to get 10 likes. Hit those likes up, man. Get those likes up. Yeah, Indian football needs restructuring. Yeah, I agree, man. Israel player. Okay, I think I read that. The Jordan FA decided to tell Adnan Hamad they will renew contract. He came. The Jordan FA they will not hire. So they probably just told them they will give him Jordan team, but he refused. Players in international tournaments add plus 20 to their FIFA ratings. I'm thinking that Iran looks like they would win. It's better than Vietnam, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, that's actually kind of debatable, to be fair. I would say they're kind of around the same level.
Yeah, same level.
Yeah, I think they're around the same level, in my opinion. Not when they both feel their best, I don't believe. Toxic relationship with Kubo, like I said, very toxic. Serious question about attacking talent. We will bench. I mean, Asano got benched, so Japanese fans better hope Suzuki's benched. Suzuki's a good keeper. It's just his first ever tournament for Japan. He will struggle. I mean, we'll see, man.
I mean, he is young.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, like, he has to come clutch for the knockout stage. Like, he has to come clutch. You know, because I think Moriyasu is giving him because, you know, when those kind of players, you just need confidence. Once you have one really good game, everything goes well. You know, maybe he's hoping that's going to happen. You know? By the way, if Amin Al-Dui opted for the Iraqi national, would our defense improve significantly? And no world does of his performance currently counts good keeper's performance. Guaranteed the Japanese backline hasn't been doing well. I mean, that is true, to be fair. It's not all on Suzuki. The defense has been kind of shaky. Remember, saved another penalty. Yeah, dude, he's a really good goalkeeper. Really good goalkeeper. If AD, Mir, or Mad wasn't goal, we would struggle as well. Plus, Suzuki doesn't really have the best chemistry because it's first time he plays with players. Wait, are you telling me? Wait, are you telling me this tournament was like the first time he played for the national team?
Wait, actually, I'll check that actually.
Because if that is true, that's weird. That's bad. I'm sorry, that's not good. I remember Netherlands, Noport. He made his debut for the national team in the World Cup.
This is his. He's made 6 appearances. No. He made his debut in 2022.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. But so for a world-class team like Japan, Suzuki's not fit. Could we opt in for Belgium? It's over unless the rules of FIFA change. But I think he's better than current center backs. Well, I know. That's an excuse. I have young players like Dave Bag and Zidane who have not been bad at all. Where's Matoma? Is he playing? No, I don't think he was selected. He's injured. Yeah, and he got injured. So it's the first time playing. South Korea's problems at Chogai low. Iraq 2-1 Japan. Germany 1-2 Japan. Spain 1-2 Japan. Conclusion: Iraq over Spain. Portugal 2016 group stage. Yeah, that's what Egypt is doing. That's what Egypt and DR Congo is doing. You can't really say about South Korea. With the stage German football now, I wouldn't be surprised they lose to Iraq. Honestly, I think actually, you know what? I think could Iraq beat Germany, guys?
It's tough one. That depends. If Team One starts, then yes.
Sebastian said India's not even close to South. Okay, I already read that. Do you think Bangladesh will make the Asian Cup, the next Asian Cups? No, Bangladesh is very bad. So, basically, the only way we qualify the Asian Cups is they invite everyone.
Unless you're hosting it.
Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, basically, that's the only way we qualify, unless everyone is involved or we are hosting it. So, bro, Korea's defensive line is very poor. No argument about it. Clint's will smile after Malaysia scored. Normally, you'd be frustrated if you can see the 95th. That's actually messed up. That's actually messed up.
What? Why? It's because of Japan. Oh, but that's still what? That's still.
I still don't like this narrative. Like, I still don't like this idea because you're gonna have to play Japan eventually.
And also, shouldn't you want to play the best? Like, shouldn't you want to be like, okay, we've got Japan, bring it on?
Yeah, like the thing is, like, you're gonna have to play if you're gonna want to win this tournament. You're gonna have to play Japan at some point, most likely.
Yeah, and if you and also think about it, if you beat Japan, you probably get an easy team in the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Hey, Bangladesh drew Lebanon, I think. Yeah, I know. We tied Lebanon at home. Close to Nevis, Center of Barca. No, thank you. I think Clem's gonna talk trash about Iran. In the current state, South Korea are winning the Asian Cup. Korea's strike is really bad. Can't finish anything. He can't finish chicken out. He can't even finish the sentence. Wow. I'm telling you, man, that choke guy can't start. That choke guy's awful. That looks so on her face and says South Korea didn't intentionally draw with Malaysia. If Cho is bad, we talk about Ueda. He ruins every Japan play it makes. I think Ueda is better than Cho. I think Ueda is way better, man. Come on. Ueda's playing he's playing in Europe, man. He's playing for Feyenoord. Manager F level, defense F level, Cho F level, Son Human FC, Kingley FC. Oh man. Oh I see what you did there, Sebastian. I see what you did there. That's that's crazy. For those that don't know.
Oh man.
Radiant Dawson might as well be having a one-man defense alone though. The rest of the back line might as well be sleeping. Why does Saudi Arabia not keep Renard? I think Renard just wanted to have a new challenge. I don't think Saudi Arabia sacked him. I think they just wanted a new challenge. And by the way, Mancini is the new coach for Saudi, for those that don't know. One of the Thailand players refused to come to the Asian Cup. Oman bottling easy wins is their slogan. They should have changed the logo for 2 swords. Whoa. Relax there, move. Relax there. Well, Master attack talent. They can defend. I think he wants to leave. To be fair, Saudi Arabia did well against Poland. Oh, Saudi Arabia being the world champions turned out to be the worst thing for them. Australia player Omar Al-Samad is coming back. Okay, I think I already read that. Not really. I don't think. So we're still suffering from that. Iraq's struggle against Japan was to be physically dominant against Iraq. Iqbal wouldn't have done that exactly. But the next match against Jordan, Iqbal might be starting. Crazy thing is that Korea would have played Japan. The winner would have played Iran, Syria. Iran has a small chance of playing Bahrain now. In the current state, Iran would beat Japan. Poor Bahrain. Jordan and Korea didn't want to play Japan and forced Bahrain to play them. It is not a football team. It's a cricket team, let's be honest. You should probably use your cricket team at the Asian Cup. That would have been better. Oh, man. But you blame Lewandowski 80. And Pookie, here's the thing, though. Lewandowski is missing a lot of easy chances. I've been seeing a lot of Barca games. He's been missing a lot of easy chances. So I have the right to blame him. And I still believe he's better as a super sub. I still believe that. Well, that's all South Asia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Okay, I think, man, so many comments. We hope. So it's just like starts those like Seoul wins.
By the way, turns out Suzuki is half American, so I think he dodged a bullet.
Wow. Suzuki is Onada's shadow. Oh yeah, dude, there's that meme. So I saw on Twitter. I wonder Onada know this. Oh my god, that's wild, man. That's wild. No way Suzuki can save Jeremy shots. Jeremy woke up in the last game. Hopefully he becomes top scorer. Iran is turn on try home. Oh no, your Japan Korea will play better fall. Surprisingly, Iran coach doing well. A lot of Iranians want a foreign coach. I'm pretty sure you can't change your squad. I think it's too late. I don't think you can't come. I think it's too late.
Yeah.
If that friendly would have gone for China, India would have gone 0-0. That's right. That's probably true. It would have probably been a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Now, foreign coach isn't always the best for the team. I trust the Iran coach. India will win World Cup 2034. We'll see. Actually, I doubt it. I'll let them qualify first. Actually, HGR said Curacao was scared against big teams. Just defend. This prize of Group B. China will win 9,024. Okay. He needs to sack Igor Stamage. I don't think you guys should sack him.
I don't think so because I mean, yeah, against Syria we should have done better, but I think it depends on the World Cup qualifiers. Like in the World Cup qualifiers, if we come third, then yeah, I think he needs to be sacked. But if he comes second, I think we should keep him.
And for me, I think India's issues are bigger than just the manager. I think it's the federation that's the most.
Yeah, it starts from the top.
Yeah, so like that's my answer. I hate when people say, "Oh, just change the coach. Everything we fixed."
And also, no one actually gives, even Indian football fans. Some of them, when they say stag Streamyard, they don't suggest a replacement for him.
Yeah, like who are you gonna bring in? Like, that's the thing. And he needs more funding for the football system. No part for Netherlands was decent. February, it's Japan, South Korea already not as convincing as a group, but I still reckon one of them winning. Nah, Iran probably winning. Well, African Asian Cup have shocks amazing. Klinsmann likes running teams in the ground. Low. Is Russo Doan playing for Germany? He scored the equalizer against Japan, Germany, and Spain. Yeah, he's playing. He's in the squad.
We're finally done with the comments.
Yeah, finally, jeez. Yeah, I think so this is the knockout stage, guys. Wait, where's the bracket? I wish there was a bracket here because I want to see the bracket. Come on, I need to see the bracket.
Oh, poor Indonesia, man.
Okay, here's a bracket. So we're going to quickly look through this. We're not going to spend too much time because we kind of got over time. I wanted to make this an hour. We're already 1 hour 6, so we'll spend maybe like 10 minutes on this, I guess. I'm going to get my predictions obviously tomorrow, probably. Maybe tonight. Tajikistan versus UAE, man. This is so harsh for Tajikistan. They have to play actually, how would you rate UAE? Are they like, they're always a team that makes it far in the tournaments,
Yeah, but I wouldn't put them at the top. Like I don't think they're not at the level of Iran or Australia or South Korea or Japan. They're not.
When you say like they're like second tier.
Yeah, second tier.
Now here's the thing, though. I think Tajikistan could be UAE because I wasn't really convinced for UAE in the group stage. I wasn't convinced with them, so there is a potential possibility. But let's be real, UAE are the heavy favorites. I think most of us would agree.
Also, they have like so much experience as well, and
yeah. Iraq versus Jordan, man. I feel so bad for Jordan. This is so tough.
Because like Iraq, I mean, I think they were probably. I think Iraq and Iran were probably the best teams in the tournament so far.
Yeah, like Jordan, man. Like this is like it's so sad. Like you guys did so well in the group stage, only to face probably one of the most impressive teams in the Asian Cup.
Yeah.
So this is so brutal, man. I feel really bad for Jordan. Iraq, man. We'll see. They have to come through, man. And I just realized if both UAE and Iraq wins, we have a very interesting quarterfinal. UAE versus Iraq. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Australia versus Indonesia. I feel so bad for Indonesia.
This is gonna be a slaughterhouse.
But here's the thing: Australia usually don't batter teams. They usually don't, to be fair. So, but I mean, the thing is, like, I think we all know which team is going to win. It's just about how much are they going to win by.
Yeah. So,
yeah, Indonesia, very, very tough luck because it's going to be difficult. But I will say this, though. Australia, I can – do you think Indonesia can push Australia to pens?
I doubt it because I think – because they can't attack. I'm telling you this right now. They cannot attack. If they attack, then on the counter attack, Australia will hit them. So I think the only choice is to park the bus. And I think in football, if you park the bus, like nowadays, if you just park the bus, eventually you'll concede because a goal can come from anything. And if a team just concedes one goal, then the entire game plan is crumbled.
Also, even if they try to go for pens, Australia, they're good at penalties. These guys are good at penalties, so I wouldn't even. Yeah, Matthew Ryan. I remember they had that goalkeeper against Peru. I think it's Redmond. He did that dancing stuff. Like that goalkeeper can actually come up clutch. You know what's funny? They actually took out Matthew Ryan for the penalty shootout.
Yeah, that happens for some teams. They do that.
Yeah, like that. So I just think that for Indonesia, it's gonna be tough. And as you put it out there, they're solid. Indonesia's defense is good. Their attack is not that great. And I saw it against Vietnam, where after they scored, they pretty much parked the bus.
Because like Indonesia, they cannot keep a clean sheet. They just cannot. So the only way that they'll make this go to pens is if they score. But like it'd be really like they have to either keep a clean sheet or score, and both are very unlikely.
Yeah. Ooh, Saudi Arabia versus South Korea. This might be the matchup of the round.
Probably, but I think I'll still go for South Korea. But I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a tricky one because Saudi Arabia, man, they haven't been impressive, but both these teams haven't really been that impressive, to be honest. But we're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting because South Korea, we know what they're capable of doing.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be interesting. And Saudi Arabia, man, all right, they got knocked out in the round of 16 last season. Or they get knocked around to 16 both back to back.
It's a weird team as well. Like ever since they beat Argentina, they've just not been the same.
Yeah. That's why I think that the Argentine win might have just been the worst thing for them.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it was great and all at the time, but long-term wise, I think it's really, like, affected the team.
Yeah.
Iran versus Syria.
Iran, come on. It's Iran.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup for Syria. Bahrain versus Japan. I feel really bad for Bahrain.
Yeah. The thing is, I think because they won't score, I'm pretty sure. Unless Suzuki makes a howler, but I think, I don't think Bahrain can score. I just cannot see them keeping a clean sheet because I think they put up a good fight, but I just think Japan's attack will be too much.
Yeah, and I don't think this is like the same Bahrain team from like a few years ago. Like this is not like, I think Bahrain's not at their peak anymore.
Yeah.
So, and then Qatar versus Palestine. Okay, guys.
I mean,
if there is an upset, I could see it be. I could see maybe there's a potential possibility.
Yeah, because I think Qatar. I think they're open. I think they're very open. Qatar.
Yeah, they play very expensive. Palestine. My issue with Palestine is they play good. It's just they're just not clinical in the final third. They don't score enough goals. So I don't know. I could see maybe an upset. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I think Palestine could beat Qatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last match was Uzbekistan versus Thailand. Ooh. As a fellow Thai, how are you liking this matchup? Oh, well, fellow part Thai, should I say?
Yeah. I think Uzbekistan, they all have favorites. I think heavy favorites. But I mean, let's see. I mean, Thailand have been pretty impressive so far. I mean, who knows? I think Thailand could be potentially a dark horse because I don't think anyone expected them to do this well. I mean, they're unbeaten and they're Asian Cup so far. So yeah, I mean, I would say this has the potential for an upset as well. But yeah, Uzbekistan are my favorites.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, anyways, that's about it for today's live stream, man. An hour and 12 minutes, so hour and 13 actually. So yeah, I mean, for me, if there is any upsets, I would look at those last two matchups. I think those are your best chances for upsets. Do you agree with me? Because I feel like every other match, it feels a bit. We have like a heavy. I mean, there's favorites in the last two matches, but I feel like there's a greater chance with underdogs, right? So, man, I want to see some upsets. I want to see an upset around 16. I don't want to see all the favorites go through. That's gonna be boring. So, guys, this is how the quarterfinals can look if everything comes to fruition. So, as you can see right here, we could potentially have an Australia versus either Saudi Arabia or South Korea. That's gonna be an interesting matchup. Then, in the other quarterfinal, we could have Japan versus maybe Iran. That could be an interesting one. And I believe Japan and Iran played against the last Asian Cup semifinal. So that was interesting. And then we could see maybe Qatar versus Thailand, Uzbekistan versus Palestine. Ooh, that could be interesting, man. That could be interesting. We have some good quarterfinals, man. We have some good quarterfinals. So, man, yeah, man. So, before we round up, man, what's your overall thoughts of this Asian Cup group stage? From a neutral point of view, obviously, never an India fan. Obviously, India fan is terrible.
Yeah.
From a neutral, like, do you think we got a lot of good upsets groups?
I think we did. I mean, yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, definitely. Let me read some of your final comments. Fire Knockouts Master Channel says, Ready and Dawn says, Iraq makes it to semis. Ooh. Oman have been the biggest flops. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, yeah, Oman, yeah, because they're historically pretty good. And they didn't make the knockout. Dude, they were my pick for the dark horse for the Asian Cup, and they went out of the group stage, man. Very bad. Resilient Dawn says, Radiant Dawn says, I would say Oman didn't have the worst Asian Cup. Kyrgyzstan had a worse one. No, he's saying like biggest flops. Actually, maybe Kyrgyzstan you can make an argument. But actually, I think the expectation was bigger for Oman than Kyrgyzstan. So I don't think. Yeah. Kuba, when he says, for Adnan Hamad, we avenge against Jordan. Alriza Yaguba says, hi, everyone. Sorry you joined late, man. You're gonna have to watch the replay, but at least you stay here for a bit, so that's fine. I guess. Says Saudi Korea has a chance to upset, I believe. Potentially, man. I think I've only one or maybe two of the general expected teams to make the semifinals.
Yeah, I think that's logical.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we could still have a Japan versus South Korea final.
Yeah.
So that could still very much happen. But I don't know. It doesn't feel too good to be true because it feels a bit too good. It feels too perfect.
Kind of feels like the World Cup. You know, everyone was like Argentina versus Portugal in the final.
Yeah, like you know what I realized in football is that things don't go normally things don't go the way we exactly predict.
All the way we want to go.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man. Anyways, I think we're gonna wrap things up here. So remember, guys, I'll be dropping my predictions video. Maybe I might consider doing it tonight, although I did get my and then tomorrow. So definitely out tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow for sure at the latest. And of course, the knockup's gonna begin on Sunday, guys. We have a little 2-day break in between, so that's nice. And then AFCON's gonna start on Saturday, so looking forward to that. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. Remember, guys, to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. How many likes were on today's stream? Let me check. I think we're on. Let's see how many likes we're on. Can we get up to 10? Ooh, still 9. Can we get up to 10, man? I want to get up to 10 before round off. So please hit the like button if you haven't already done so, guys. And thanks for joining, Teacher Ness. I do appreciate it, man. So, yeah. Can we get up to one more like before I head up? Let me see. I'll give you guys a few minutes to do so. I do have to wrap the stream up soon. All right, let me just refresh. Let's see. Did we get up to 10 likes? Let's check. And yes, we did. We got up to 10 likes, so that's good. That's great to see. Okay, that's thank you, man. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for liking the last minute. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Remember, guys, like and subscribe. Remember, guys, we'll be on member stream tomorrow. Going over some topics you guys have, of course. If you want to become a member, it's only $1 per month, and it's you get access to members' videos, member streams. And the last comment before we're gonna head out, Parch MS 193 says South Korea is very suspicious today. Not gonna lie, yeah, South Korea, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying they better beat Saudi because if they don't beat Saudi, this looks really stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Son will literally have done nothing with South Korea.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.